My name's Emily. I'm 31 years old and I'm a nurse. And I always felt that I was doing, healthy eating, which, like balanced. And I would be working out, say, 4 or 5 times a week. And of those days in the gym or hiking, just being active. But I always just kind of felt stuck. So then that's why, why aren't I doing better? Or why don't I look better? So that's why reaching out to you was this great decision that I made. I know you're terming it as problems, but that was the kind of why I never had that push. Was it wasn't quite so much problems as it was just I feel I could do better. I might be kind of like the middle down the road client that it's not extreme, but to me now this has been a huge change in my life with just making these small daily non-negotiables as you talk about. So just, some weight loss, even though I was eating healthy before, really increasing the protein as you've walked through with the calorie deficit. And before I had never tracked food, so that was a change for me. But obviously it worked great and very happy with all the results and the new lifestyle going forward for 12 weeks. I know it's very broad, but just I'll say like the lifestyle changes. I know that's, like too broad, but
No, that's great.
it's just, when you think you are doing well, but you're kind of just stuck on what to do differently. And I never wanted these extreme diets. And I know I could have always done better week to week, but life happens and vacations happen. So the fact of how much progress I made in 12 weeks is really what I appreciate the most. Like this was, I was kind of like just in this rut, I was enjoying life, but just kind of in this fitness rut and needed this direction. So that was the direction that you put me on and can kind of go forward is my biggest takeaway. As well as even some things that you've done since I've been even more involved in the community. One thing that really stuck out is I liked how you offer these videos to anyone through the anyone. It's still the Facebook community, but it's free to join. So that's what really drew me in. And I know some of the calls are more information-based versus some of them are a little bit more, okay, like here's some information and then you can hone in by working on with you. But that just offering of the information kind of like created like this level of comfort and like, okay, this is real, because with the online, it's like with anything, it's like, okay, I don't want to get scammed or, how involved will someone actually be? So that definitely made a difference, like like live videos and like, okay, this is a real person. They're interested in this and making a difference. It goes a long way. Yeah. Just all these interactive, you're touching on all these different platforms that just make it so interactive before even working with you. And then to kind of match up, like, will this work for me versus other times it's like, oh, I don't know what I just got myself into. This isn't a good fit or it's too extreme, which I definitely wasn't looking for either. I wasn't really sure. And I think that's why I was actually stuck. Because like I said, we do eat fresh and fairly healthy, especially compared to, friends or coworkers. So now suddenly to kind of just have seen the scale go up over years and maybe not as much of a toned look as I was looking for and going to the gym, it's like, how come I still look the same? Oh shoot, what was it this morning? So it's funny, even in the last couple of days, because I did have with some flying, I know sometimes it goes around. This morning I was 151.7 versus I started out at 170. So possibly by the end of, next week or two, it would be 20 pounds. Which so a little under that for the program, but with these changes, it's realistic. Versus just looking at myself, I never thought, oh, I should really lose 20 pounds. So putting that as a number really just goes to show how much it can easily add up, but that it's realistic to lose though too. I know you're always talking about recommendations. I would definitely recommend you to anyone or in different phases of my life reach out to you again. Just knowing, with age changes and hormonal things, like, yeah, you might see my name pop up. Hopefully you've set me on a good track, but just, there's so many changes that you don't know. I mean, it's summer, like When I first started with you, we were in Costa Rica. So it's like, I had just gotten back and literally like the day after landing, it was the airplane food, but it's like, yeah, it was, swimsuit season. And even midway through the program, you look at yourself in pictures and as it's not just, body image, but it's just the confidence that it brings though too. So what I'm most looking forward to, I don't know, I would just say like sharing these changes, continuing to share these changes and lifestyles, even just in small components with others. Maybe to help give them a little push too, even if they're not ready for something as,
Yeah, that's a great
even though this program, I will say it was so much easier and like, might be like, yeah, because you could have done better. Or, yeah, you could have put, instead of rating you did 8 out of 10 this week, it could have been a 10 out of 10. But it was just, made it like a very nice transition and nothing too extreme. So I think I'm looking forward to just that not extreme lifestyles, as I never really have been about, but that it's just reality though, too.